Hello students, welcome back to the online classes. I hope you all are doing well at home. In this video, we'll continue with the chapter Electricity and Magnetism. So today we'll study about electric current. An electric current is the flow of electric charge in a circuit. The charge can be negatively charged electrons or positively charged protons or positive ions. In conductors, electrons carry the charge through the material. As they are free to move throughout the material, these electrons are called conduction electrons. But in some electrolytes, which are liquid conductors, electricity is the result of the movement of both the positive and negative ions. The SI unit of electric current is ampere and it is measured by a device called an ammeter. Flow of electric charge. Let us consider the flow of water in a pipe to understand the basic illustration of current and current flow. The current can be considered as water flowing through a pipe. When a pressure is put at one end, it forces the water to move in one direction and flow through the pipe. As a result, the water flows instantaneously. The same happens for the electric current. The particles that carry charge along the conductors are free electrons which are free to move throughout the material. The direction of the electric current within a circuit is the direction in which the positive charges flow. Thus, these negative charged electrons move in the direction opposite to the electric field. Thus, the conventional current flows is from positive to negative terminal and indicates the direction in which the positive charge would flow. The electrons flow is from the negative to the positive terminal. Electrons are negatively charged and therefore attracted to the positive terminal. As we know, unlike charges attract each other. Now we'll study about electric cell. An electric cell or simply a cell is an arrangement that converts stored chemical energy into electrical potential energy, allowing a current to flow from the positive terminal to the negative terminal. In a cell, chemicals are stored such that the chemical reactions occurring in the cell produce electricity. Cells come in different shapes and sizes. To produce a large amount of electric current, we use a combination of same kind of cells. The combination of cells is called a battery. About 80% of available batteries are composed of nickel and cadmium. Electric cells are of two types, primary cell and secondary cell. A primary cell is the one which once used cannot be reused. That is, it cannot be recharged. This cell is used in many devices like torches, watches, calculators, remotes, and electronic toys. A special cell called a button cell is nowadays used in calculators and watches. All these devices use dry cells in which a moist paste of ammonium chloride is used instead of liquid electrolyte. Dry cells are cheap and convenient to use. And the second type of electric cell is secondary cell. A secondary cell can be reused by recharging. as chemical reactions within the cells are reversible. Now we'll study about batteries. When two or more cells are joined together, it forms a battery. In a battery, the positive terminals of the first cell is placed with the negative terminal of the second cell, and the positive terminal of the second cell is placed with the negative terminal of the third cell. The setup goes on like this with all the cells in a battery. Now we'll study about resistors. A resistor is an electrical component that limits or regulates the flow of electric current in a circuit. The resistor can minimize the current and is measured in the terms of its resistance. It is measured in ohms. Resistors are made up of variety of materials like carbon, metal, or metal oxide film. Now we'll study about electric circuit. An electric circuit is the path through which the electrons or electric current flows. It is much easier to use symbols of components to draw an electric circuit. A simple circuit consists of a battery, a switch, and a bulb. When the bulb is switched on, an electric current flows through the bulb, which lights up the bulb. As the circuit is complete, when the button is released or when the switch is released, the circuit becomes incomplete and the bulb goes off. The arrow is always shown in the direction of flow of the conventional current of a cell or a battery. So students, in the next video, we'll continue with the chapter. Till then, you revise the things we have studied in the previous video and in this video. Thank you students. God bless you.